Okay guys, just setting it all up, okay? Be with you in a second. Orange. Sugar orange. Sugar orange. We'll give that time, I think. 12 seconds. I'm nearly ready to go anyway, so let's just get everything else set up while we're here. Hello to everybody. While you're still here. If anybody's here. Who knows? Let's have a look. And here we go. Let's turn that down. And we're ready to go. You are first. I'll call you Ima, it's easier. Hope everything's finding you well today in this world. Still on orange. Takes about a good 30 seconds to a minute to go to green, you know. It really, really does. So, as in the title, we're going to be doing a bit of Tinkercad and playing around with some 3D slicers for this really short stream, okay? I'm not going to make it too long. It'll be long enough for me. Just got some birthday beers, because it's my birthday. Today I'm 197.5, of course. We gone green yet? Still on orange. Still on orange. No lag. We'll carry on anyway. Anyway, let's get down and dirty with a bit of Tinkercad. Okay. So I've been using Tinkercad for a very, very long time. Okay. Mainly to design stuff for 3D printing. So if I go into this one, say here, go to Tinker this, and it will take us to this page for the stuff I tinkered. Okay. So this is a phone holder that's going to be 3D printed. Well, I've actually printed loads of them, to be honest with you. And you can play around with it and do more things, but that's the end product. The only thing is with this design is, if I go in and show you, if I go around here, this little cradle here where the phone actually sits, your charging port's underneath there, yeah? The trouble is there's not enough room for a straight USB cable to go up there, so you'd have to have an angled 90-degree connector, which is a bit soul destroying really. So what I would need to do for this particular one is to actually make the cradle go up a bit, but we're not going to do that tonight. No, we're not going to do that. I'm just showing you the sort of stuff. Hello Miss of Knowledge, how are you? Everything's going down and dandy. We'll go back to our main page. I'll show you a couple of other stupid things I do on here as well. Oh, here's another one. Okay. This one here, if I go to Tinker this, I'll show you. This is what we call a trolley coin in the UK. But this is for a certain type of trolley. Some trolleys won't take the euro £1 adapter. But this one does, because it makes it go all the way in. You've got this little lever here. And what I was doing here was just putting some letter in it, some words, so it could be sold on to certain businesses, if you know what I mean. Yeah. But yeah, that's that anyway. But that's not what we're going to do tonight. Oh, no, that's not what we're doing tonight. No, trust me. I'll show you a round trolley coin before we go anywhere else that I've designed. This is for Code Club. This was design number 1, okay? So you had 2 letter cutouts here. The newer ones have got bigger cutouts. Yeah. So yeah. I'll tell you what, I'll show you a bit later if I feel like it. I just don't know. I want to feel like it, but yeah, be honest. But what we're going to do at the moment is, I'll go back to the main page again. Last year they started adding extra things, okay? So normally it's 3D designs. But this time they now do circuits and code blocks. Okay, so we're going to go to circuits and we're going to try circuits. Okay, this is a little tutorial, so I thought we'd go through this with you tonight and see how we go. So okay, here's our first little simulation. Okay, So you've got a 2032 3-volt battery, your resistor, an LED or a light emitting diode, just in case you didn't know. So that's one-way polarity. And in theory, when you press the button, it should go on and off. So if we start simulation, we did that. Okay, I did it. That's what I did. It did. So, name 1. Okay, it's not actually giving me much here, is it? So I'm going to go to next. I'll simulate. That wasn't a very good lesson, was it? Really. Use the simulator to test your circuit design at any time. If you want to simulate other pre-made designs, check out this starter circuits. Okay, where's the starter? So I'm going to reset that. Yes, I do. So you ready? Here we go. Let's learn how to test a circuit design with the simulator. Okay, well, that's what I wanted to do. Okay, that's not doing, is it? Ooh. I'm really glad I come here because I've never done this before. Hello, Sulu mate. Again, we're having a play with Tinkercad. So we're starting a simulation. Okay. So I'm going through all the stuff here. Oh, okay. So we're going to stop simulation. I'm going to start. So with a 220 ohm resistance, we can light the LED. Okay. I get you now. I get you now. I get you now. Stop simulation. So I'm glad. I'll go to next. That's fine. Yeah, we've already done that. Okay, go to next. So start simulation again. It's basically doing the same thing, isn't it? So it turns what we've got: a 220 ohm resistor. LED is red. We can change the colour to yellow. Stop simulation. It goes off. Phew, done. Okay. Let's go to continue. Okay, see what happens there. Who knows? Ooh, editing components. An Arduino Uno. Anybody got one of these? I have. So on this circuit board here, we've got our USB, our Arduino Uno, 3 LEDs, but each resistor is a different value. So one going to 2 is 50, the second one is 200, and the third one is 300. I can live with that. Okay. So we're going to click on next. In the work plane, you'll find 3 blue LEDs, 3 resistors, and Arduino. Well, they're not 3 blue LEDs, are they? They've already done it for you, and I have not actually done this before. So basically what they're doing here is showing you how to change the LEDs and the resistance in the core. Okay, that's quite boring, isn't it? Let's go back. Go back. Back we go. Back. We'll go back to Tinkercad. That wasn't a better way of doing it, really, was it? No. So anyway, I was going to show you how we edit our coins, wasn't I? So I'll go back to 3D Designs. We're going to create a new coin. So if I go to we're going to tinker that. And what we're going to do, we're going to click on him. As you can see, I've already merged everything already. Can you see what I'm doing? Everything's merged as the right size. So the size is 3099 by 3499. Right, so just remember, I just said that. 3099 by 3499. So we're going to make a new one. Okay. How many Arduinos you got, mate? I've only got 2. I don't have time to play with them much, actually, to be honest with you. We're going to drag the cylinder over. And then we've got to make it 3499, wasn't it? So 34.99. You know, I forgot. We'll just go out of my head, okay? And we'll call that 34, okay? We'll just pretend that's the right size. So we're done. That's the right size. Now we're going to rotate it. And we want to bring it down to the right thickness, okay? So we're going to drag him down. And I think it's about 2 mil. Or is it 3? We'll call it 3 mil for now, because I'm just giving you a demonstration. Now that's a solid, okay? So that's our solid disc. And we're quite happy with that. Now, I want to put a little hole in there, don't I? So this is that's a holey cylinder, I'm going to call this. And we're going to make that really small. So we're going to make that 5 by 5. So if we go click on here, that's going to be 5.00, and this one here is going to be 5.00. That's a nice small hole. We're going to rotate the screen. I'm going to drag him down to about there. I'm quite happy with that. In theory, you don't do that. I'm going to grab hold of him. If I remember how to do it, like so. And we want to put it in our coin like that. We go underneath to make sure the hole's still there. Yes, it is. But what I'm going to do to make sure is we can drag that down even more. So if I go to here, can you see that there? That's a definite hole. Now I'm quite happy with that, so I can go out, make it a bit smaller for you, and there we go. There's our basic coin with a little hook there to go on your keyring, so to say. So what we want to do, if we click on here, we want to, there we go, do this. We want to make that solid. Do you want to do that? Go back. You can tell I've used it for a lot, haven't you? Okay. We want to go like that. And we want to group. That's better. Now I know what I'm doing. It's all coming back to me, guys. It's all coming back. Okay, so that's our coin, in theory. Now, say we wanted to put pseudo in there, just for instance, because we like him. So we go to text. So what I'm going to do over here, I'm going to drag it over. I'm going to line up the board for us. So if I go like so and so, that's about right for now. We want to go S. And we use our little blocks to guide us. We're happy with that. And we want to go U. Using our little blocks to guide us along. Okay. That's about as good as we're going to get, I think. We go back to D. Okay, that's that. That's good for me. And finally, a 0. Okay. Or a no. Don't want a 0, do you really, when you think about it? Okay, I'm going to group them together, like so. Now we want to make that a hole also. So for starters, it's going to be a hole, and then we're going to group it. Now I want to make that smaller, as small as possible to go on this coin, okay? So the whole thing here, I need to shrink. So if I go like so, if I go like so, and in like so, what does that look like? That don't look too bad, does it? Bear in mind it's going to be a hole, okay? In our 3D coin. Hello Big Daddy, how are you, mate? We're just playing a bit of Tinkercad at the moment. Now here, we get our holes and we want to move it, if I remember how to do it, into our coin. So there's our pseudo coin from Mrs. Pseudo when she goes shopping to Tesco's or Aldi or wherever she goes shopping, okay? So basically, if we look underneath, that's not come down far enough, is it? So what I need to do is highlight that again, go underneath, and drag him down a bit, just a slightly, so that makes a complete empty do-for-us thing there, okay? So we're quite happy with that, aren't we? So we need to export that so we can put it into our, into our 3D printer that we've got, or unless you've got several, maybe. Oh, it's Sainsbury's posh up there, isn't it? I didn't know it was that posh up there. Blimey. Anyway, we're going to export that now, okay? We want to export everything in the design as an STL, okay? So STL. And it's called Exquisite Lap, okay? What a name, okay? So what I'm going to do now, if I go here, go to download, I'll go to for E. Where are we at? For E. Exquisite Lab. I can't see it. Where's it gone? There it is. There's our file we need. I'm going to take that. I'm going to copy it straight over to my desktop so I know where it is basically. It's easier to use. So I'm going to minimise here. Okay, we'll minimise that. We'll come back to it in a moment. Then we're going to open up a slicer. Now, one of the slicers I use quite a few actually, to be honest with you. But there's Idea Maker, Simplify 3D. There's loads out there. Majority are free now. I've got some Simplify 3D for the simple reason it was on special offer when I bought my first printer. Okay, so this here is the bed for my Flashful Streamer, which does quite large prints, just quite large. So what we're going to do is go to File and New. So there we are. There's my printing bed, and now I want to import that file. So if I go to Sneaky and Desktops, and there is our little coin that we just made. We're going to open that, and there he goes, look. Our little Sudo coin. So where Mrs. Sudo goes shopping to Sainsbury's, because they haven't got a Waitrose up there, I don't suppose, have you? Do you have Waitrose up there? I'll just have a bit of drinking while I'm waiting on them. Oh, birthday beer is always better, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, there's our coin. Now what I can do first, saying that's going to be the end project, or it might not be. You could have your school in there. You could have your name, initials, your blood group for emergencies, whatever. I mean, there was a couple of people that was interested in raising money for certain charities, because these are really, really easy to print. It works out about, for these coins here, for each coin you print, it costs 0.06 of a pence, or 0.06 of a cent, whatever country you're in, okay? Whatever country you're in. So you can print them off like nobody's business. So no, what we're going to do now, I'm quite happy with that, so I need to add a process. So there's my Flashful Streamer modified up there, and we're going to use only one extruder, which is our right extruder. We're going to check our retraction distance, our vertical lift, and retraction speed. For these coins, these are all set up, because I've been doing a lot of these recently for school anyway. See, is that why you got that big jacket on when you go to Sainsbury's? Yeah, I can print it, no problem. I can put the printer on a minute, put it on, and it'll start printing out. Although it will get pretty noisy if I did, unfortunately. The Flashful Streamer is not the quietest in the world. Up here is what we call an infill percentage. The less that is, the less plastic there is. So if you wanted to make them ultra cheap, but quite soft, they go in there. Or if you wanted it really, really rock solid, you go to 100. Let's have a look. We've got 3 top layers and some 3 bottom layers and an outer perimeter. What that means is, when the printer first starts, it'll print a perimeter. And I'll show you that in a minute, actually. There should be none of that there. They don't need no support in this, because it's going to print out exactly like that. So I'm okay with that. So we're going to click OK. Now, this is the final thing. Hello, Steve. Hello, anybody else I haven't seen. Sorry, mate. I'm trying to do 2 things at once here, and I've had a couple of beers, so I'm a bit slower, so to say. Ooh, sort of beery that was. So what we need to do now is actually slice it. Now, I don't know if anybody has got a slicer or a 3D printer or printers. You have to slice it like so. So I'm going to click on Prepare to Print. Are you ready? On my computer, it runs through it really, really quick. Now, there's our coin. If I bring this back all the way here to the start, okay? This is what we're going to print. So there'll be nothing underneath there. You ready? And this is what happens at the end. Can you see what's happening? So if I move it along slowly, you'll see how it's going to print. Not exactly, but this is like a simulated. And it'll build up them layers. Can you see the layers here? The hexes to make the strength. Because I've only got a 25% infill, this is why you get these X's. And I'll show you a bit more in a minute, actually. We'll go back and do it again. So as we go up and up and up, it infills. Remember what I said about the top and bottom layers? So this one's doing the top layer. And we'll move it along and move it along, and then we're finished. Okay. That one coin takes 9 minutes. Yeah, all right. Now, that is not the correct size for the coin. I don't know where I got that size from, so I'm sure they're not that size. But I will double check through one of my print folders tomorrow for you, and we'll do another video on this another time. So if I go exit that mode, and I want to edit the process. So I wanted to make less infill. There's some things you can do with no infill at all. So if I take that back to 5% infill and click OK again, and then prepare to print again, still going to take 9 minutes. That's not good, is it? But now see how much stuff is inside it. Ready? I move along. There's hardly any infill. Can you see? It's going to be basically empty inside. But if all you're wanting is a trolley coin, ideal, isn't it? The thing is, it's still, you know, it's still taking 9 minutes. Now what we do here, if I remember, where are we? We want to forgot where I'm going now. Sorry. We can copy selection. We can select tool, or we should be able to add more. So I could import more of these. Import another one. Okay. And what I can do here, center and arrange. And I can import some more. There is another one here. Where is it? The selection. They've actually changed this. It got updated a few days ago. And I can't find where it's gone. But you can tell the slicer how many you want, and they'll add them for you. So we can go. We should be able to do that. Cool. Can we not do that? Oh, there must be a better way of doing this. Please. Okay. Okay, we'll just go and import more. Okay, we'll import it. Another one. And another one. I will find that other setting actually, because that's annoying. So now we've got 4. So if I had another 2, and like that gives us 6 in total. Small enough for the bed. On the whole bed, you can probably get around a dozen, I suppose, or 12. So that's pretty good. So if we prepare to print that now with them same settings, there we go. It's going to take 53 minutes. No, it doesn't take that long. That's how much it's estimating it's going to cost to take. Sorry, not to cost at that particular speed. We can change the speed of that. It's not a problem. So if I zoom in again for you to now and go right in. This is just 5% infill. And we go back to the beginning, and off we go. This is how it's going to print it in layers. Can you see? And that's what happens. Super duper. And we're done. And that's how you make a basic coin. Now, okay, so off you go. No worries, mate. It's a bit cold up in that there north, isn't it? I know what you mean. It's a bit cold as cold. So, we're going to come out of this now, and we'll go back to what we was doing. So if I remove that, because we can come back and do something else. Say I wanted to print something else. By the way, has anybody got a 3D printer here? So you may not know how it works and everything. But I've got a folder somewhere. Now where did I put it? Let me go and find. I should have a 3D print folder. So I've got a load of stuff in here that I can print. Here's a popular one. Okay, so I'll go in there. So that's in Sneaky Home 3D Print. Want to import. Okay, 3D print. And we're going to have binary coins. That's another one I've done for school. You know nothing about 3D printing. You do not know what you're missing, man. Oh, okay. As you don't know nothing about 3D printing, you know I work in primary school, which is, I don't know what you call it in the States. Anyway, I taught them binary this year and the year before. We're doing binary, so I printed some binary coins so they could learn to add up and take away in binary. So we go to our binary coins folder, and I'll go to my files. Here's my STL, and there they are. So on here we've got 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, etc. up to 128. Now for year 3, 4, 5 and 6, that's more than enough. If they want to do more, they can. But I've already got the process ready. If I go to prepare to print, and you can see how these ones print, okay? Can I go in? No, I can go there. This one does really nothing, to be honest with you. So don't worry about that. But if I go back here to the beginning, this line round the outside is what we call a perimeter. Now we use this basically to make sure we get a constant flow of flux or 3D printing filament when it's nice and molten, and then we print the coins. So if I go back here, there we go, and this is how it's going to print it. Loads of infill, so they're going to be really strong for kids. And they've all got the numbers on, and you can print these in any colour you want to, of course. But that still takes less than them 6 coins I've done earlier. Now can you see where I'm coming from? It all depends on how you model your object. And if I go back again, another really favourite, so if I remove that and import again, we'll go back. When we go back, okay. We'll go to our 3D printing folder again. There's one of them, I've got quite a few. And there should be a Pikachu. Now, so this is really popular in school, as you can imagine. Here's our Pikachu. He's great, isn't he? He's great. Now you can make these as big and as little as you want. So, say I want to make that bigger. I want to make that at least... Should we go up to 150 or 200? I can make these really, really large, even on my basic printer, really. Okay, we'll take them up to 200, okay? We're done. So here's our Pikachu, our big Pikachu, and the kids like to use these as bedside lamps. They put a little LED bulb on the bottom and off they go. Same thing again, we go back to our prepare to print to slice the actual model. And as you can see, it's going to show you a bit more. So at the bottom of the print, as usual, we've got our exterior lines to make sure we've got enough filament. Then we slowly print up like so. And it does take around 2.5 hours, but these are quite large modules, I'll be really honest with you. And you don't mind waiting. Normally do them at bedtime, and just leave them running in the night time. So it prints all the way up, as you can see. And boff, we're done. And they're really, really good little models, and I can actually make this quite a lot bigger. I can even go even taller than that, and larger. And these are also hollow, so this is why it doesn't take so long. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's slicing and all stuff like that. Then what you do, you put it on your SD card or connect to a cable to your printer and send it. I mean, I'm lucky enough to have a few 3D printers, so. But there are some really cheap ones. You can get a really good 3D printer now for around about £100. Around about, yeah, about £100, I imagine. So if I go back to our slicer here, if I go and search for the Tronxy X1, this is quite a small printer, but it is really, really cheap. Okay, so if you're, there's the kit there. It says kit. They take about 40 minutes to put together. This is from Hobby King, okay? And this is the one for the States. So if we go straight back there, off we go. So for under 100 quids or dollars, yeah, that's okay. You can have one of these printers with everything that goes with it. Yes, it won't print really large things, but yeah, it's okay. No, you don't need to follow me. Go away. There you go. I've got a Trinus, which is a bit bigger than this, and I've also got a Flashforge Dreamer. I've had a mini fabricator as well before, and a really cheap one I got off of another site that I sold that immediately. Well, how expensive did you think it was going to be? No, $80 to $100 for it. Oh, this is a solid metal frame. There's hardly any plastic parts. It's got an LCD display here, so you just put your SD card in, press what you want to do, and off it'll go. No problem whatsoever. So yeah, that's the Tronxy. I've got the, I'll show you my one. I've got one of these. Mine was a bit more expensive than they still are. There we go. And these are all 4 Flashforge. This one here, the 499, you think, oh, that's cheap. There's a reason for that. It's only got one head. I've got a dual head one, like this one here. So I can print 2 different colours at the same time. There you go. I actually bought it from a company in Portsmouth, which isn't too far from me. And they are... Once you turn them on, they don't like being turned off. They want to print continually. It's based on an industrial design, the Flashforge Dreamer. So once you start it, just keep it going 24/7. and it'll just keep going and going and going. No problem whatsoever. Yeah. Oh, should I show the other one I got? Sorry, I should have done that. I was a bit rude, innit? I got one of these. I got it off of Kickstarter, and it's one of the only ones there's been a few printers on Kickstarter, a lot that haven't come through. But the Trinus, everybody said, yeah, that was going to come through because it's all modular. All the parts are all available. So, you know, so if you go to shopping, that's not the one. So you don't find the printer here. So if I go back, that's virtual reality. We don't want that. So if we go to 3D, from Kodama, that's me. Go to shopping. I know you're there. There we go. This is the other one I got here. It weighs a ton, okay? You do not need any setup whatsoever with it because it's so sturdy. It's all made of aluminium and steel. So it ain't moving anywhere. It's not going to move anything. And the prints are fantastic off it. They are really good prints. But as you can see, now it's not on Kickstarter. It's 350. It's €9. I got it off of Kickstarter for 210. Okay, perfect though. It's a great little thing. Anyway, that was using Tinkercad just to do that. So what I'm going to do next time is, I'll go back to beginning. We'll design something else in Tinkercad. Okay. Remember, it's just not for 3D modelling. It's also good for 3D art. So it's really good for use in schools, colleges, libraries, etc. It's fan-dabby-dozy. Yeah, I know what you're saying. So yeah, told you it's going to be a quick stream, and that's how quick it was. Yeah. Catch you tomorrow, another video. I'm off, boys. Sneekylinux. Bye bye.